How to come up with a business idea. We would be explaining in 3 different parts. Number 1. Developing an idea. Number 2. Evaluating your ideas. Number 3. Making your idea a reality. Number 4. Community. A lot of work goes into starting a business. You need to draw up a business plan, find investors, get loans, and look for employees. Before all that, however, you have to come up with your idea for business. Finding that great idea takes thought, creativity, and research. If you're looking to be an entrepreneur, keep the following in mind when trying to come up with your business idea. Part 1. Developing an idea. Step 1. Think about what goods or services would improve your life. Keep a list of your personal strengths and weaknesses in mind. When you look at that list, does anything come to mind that would improve your life? Spend some time considering your own experiences. With some time and creativity, you can probably identify several products or services that would help you. Step 2. Decide whether you would like to provide a product or a service. The new business idea will likely either be based around a product or a service. Each requires some thought and creativity. They both have advantages and challenges that you should consider before focusing on one or the other. For a new product, you'll have to develop a good or improve upon an existing one, then invest in manufacturing to produce it. This is an expense, but a successful product can be very lucrative. Step 3. Identify a problem with the existing industry. Frequently, businesses or inventions began because someone was frustrated with the current way of doing things. A good way to come up with a business plan is to look for these problems. If you're feeling frustrated about something, it is possible that others feel the same way, which gives you a potential market. Step 4. Build upon an existing business idea. Rather than a problem with the current industry, you might notice something that a business does well. Take that and see if you can't improve upon it. By taking ideas one step further than the current industry does, you can carve a good niche for yourself in the market. Step 5. Look towards the future. Successful entrepreneurs are innovators. They don't stick with old methods or technologies, but rather look ahead and see what will be successful in the future. You can do this by asking yourself what the next logical step is for a product or service. Since distance learning and video conferencing is becoming more popular, for example, you might want to start a company that specializes in setting up meetings entirely online. You can research about the sector and improve it accordingly. Step 6. Conduct preliminary consumer research. While market research is usually only used after you have an idea, you can do some early research to discover what people value. This can help you come up with an idea based on people's wants and needs. Step 7. Apply your skills to a different field. Another way to come up with a new product or service is to use skills you've acquired elsewhere. Oftentimes, you can creatively apply skills learned elsewhere to improve a completely different field. Leo Fender, for instance, worked as a radio repairman. He used his skills in electronics and amplification to build the first electric guitars. Step 8. Write down all your ideas. Every idea, no matter how small or how seemingly pointless, could have value. Get into the habit of writing down every idea you have in a notebook. Carry this with you at all times, because you never know when inspiration could strike. This way all your ideas can be kept in one convenient place. Flip through it regularly to see if you can expand on any of what you've written down. Step 9. Foster your creativity. Don't be too critical of your ideas at this stage. During this brainstorming period, you shouldn't feel constrained. Instead, free your mind and see what you come up with. There are several ways you can stimulate your creativity and help come up with ideas. Read and think outside of the box for more ideas on creative thinking. Step 10. Take breaks. Though it is a bit cliché, the stories of people coming up with brilliant ideas in the shower are true. The brain often thinks up ideas when you're not forcing it to. By taking a step back, you're letting your brain rest. During that rest time, you should do your best to not think about your business, product, or anything related to it. Distract your brain with a movie, a book, a walk, or any other activity you enjoy. Step 11. Get plenty of sleep. In addition to taking breaks, your brain needs sleep to stay fresh. Commit to getting a good night's sleep to keep your brain working at its best. You should also keep a pen and paper near your bed. It's possible to have breakthroughs or ideas in dreams. Part 2. Evaluating your ideas. Step 1. Weigh your strengths and weaknesses in relation to your plan. You may have a great idea, but no realistic way to implement it. Before moving on with, think about if you could really follow through with this plan. For example, if you think you could open a great restaurant, but have never worked in one before and never attended culinary school, this idea is pretty far out of reach. Step 2. Investigate if someone has already come up with your idea. If you thought of an idea, it's very possible that someone else has also thought of it. As soon as you think you have a business idea, investigate if someone has already done it. You definitely don't want to put months of work and financial investment into an idea, only to find out at the last minute that someone has already done it. Step 3. Investigate your competition. If you do find out someone has already come up with your idea, don't panic. Plenty of new businesses have a lot of competition when they start, and they beat it by providing a better service or product. Now you have to investigate your potential competition. Step 4. Pitch your idea to family, friends, and colleagues. Before investigating shoppers, consult with people who you know will tell you the truth. Present them with your idea and tell them how it improves the current industry. Ask if they would buy your product or service, and ask for honest answers. Step 5. Talk to potential customers. Once you've formulated what you think is a good idea and told a few close friends, you need to go out and see if there is a market for you. You can do several things to determine if anyone would actually patronize your business. Step 6. Identify risks and obstacles. All business plans include risks, whether financial or personal. You could face numerous obstacles, from lack of funds, to a falling out with your business partner, to the breakup of your personal relationships. Prepare yourself for these potential risks. Look down the road and see what obstacles you might encounter. By thinking about potential risks, you can improve your chances of successfully overcoming them with your business intact. Step 7. Determine if you have a viable plan. After all of this, you'll have to make a final judgment on whether or not your plan is doable. There are a number of components that go into evaluating your plan. Take all of them seriously to get a good feel for if you should continue with your plan. Step 8. Rank your ideas. If you have more than one idea, rank them in order from best to worst. Subject them to all the previous questions and see how they perform. Then put them in order starting with number 1, the best. That way you can make sure you're focusing your efforts on your best idea. Ideas that are further down the list should either be scrapped or substantially improved before you try implementing them. Part 3. Making your idea a reality. Step 1. Choose your best idea. After carefully evaluating and weighing the different ideas you have, you should come up with one that is your best. This should be the one that you focus your efforts on. After choosing your best idea, start implementing steps to make it a reality. Step 2. Decide your business structure. There are several different structures your business can take on. Each one has unique characteristics that will affect how you write your business plan, as well as your legal status. Some different options are a sole proprietorship, a limited liability corporation, and a partnership. Step 3. Develop a business plan. When you've decided on which idea you'll focus your efforts on, you'll need a business plan before moving on. A business plan defines your company, the service it provides, and projects the company's potential costs and earnings. This will not only help you focus and organize your own ideas, but it is also essential for investors to see how profitable your business can be. Write a business plan for detailed instructions on creating an optimum plan. Step 4. Find funding for your business. Unless you're independently wealthy, you won't be able to implement your business idea without financing. After drawing up your business plan, you'll have to present it to investors to acquire the capital to start your business. You usually have two choices for getting capital: banks and private investors. Both have strengths and weaknesses, and you'll probably end up using a combination of both.